going on, guys? Welcome back to RideRazor. My name's Austin, and in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do a Barspin Rewind. Alrighty, so let's quickly talk about what exactly a Barspin Rewind is. A Barspin Rewind is essentially a bar spin, but instead of just catching it and putting both hands back on it, as soon as you get the bar back in your possession, what you're going to be doing is actually throwing the bar spin backwards. So you're going to be doing the opposite bar spin. For those of you guys who don't know what an opposite bar spin is, essentially it is like a tail whip and a heel whip. When you do a tail whip, you kick it one way, so the deck might spin clockwise or counterclockwise depending on what stance you have, and a heel whip, it spins the opposite way. With an oppo bar spin, you might throw bar spins naturally with your right hand, you might throw bar spins naturally with your left hand. It's entirely up to you. However, an opposite bar spin is just when you throw it the opposite way. So myself, I naturally throw bar spins clockwise with my right hand. If I were to do an opposite bar spin, I would be throwing it counterclockwise with my left hand. It's not a necessity to know how to do an oppo bar spin to learn a bar spin rewind. However, if you guys have opposite bar spins down, it will make learning bar spin rewinds a lot easier. Okay, so essentially you're going to be doing a full bar spin, and normally when you guys do a bar spin, you're going to be passing the bar off to your opposite hand. So if you throw the bar spin with your right hand, essentially your left hand is going to be getting a grip on the bar first, and then your right hand follows. When you do a bar spin rewind, the second the bar lands in your left hand or your right hand, depending on which way you throw your bar spins, you're essentially just going to be throwing it right back to your opposite hand. So if you start throwing the bar spin with your right hand, you're going to end it with your right hand, because I toss it to my left hand. As soon as the bar is in my left hand's possession, I just throw it right back to my right hand and land just like I did when I threw it. Okay, so if I was relearning bar spin rewinds, what I would do is pretty much approach any ramp that I feel comfortable doing a trick out of, press your knees, hop just like you would normally do for a bar spin. However, you're not going to need too much more airtime just because this trick does work fairly quick. So you would just jump, throw a bar spin just like you normally would. However, like I mentioned earlier, the second that bar spin lands in your opposite hand, you're just going to throw it back the opposite way, get that bar right back under your normal hand and roll away. So that's pretty much how to do the trick. Once again, just like a majority of tricks in scootering, this is a motion that you guys can dial in on the ground before ever even attempting the trick in the air. So I really do recommend you guys just getting the bar spin rewind motion down on the ground before you try it in the air, because you really don't want to start throwing it until you have the motion dialed in. So as you guys can see, I can do bar spin rewinds pretty quick. It's just, you're just throwing the bar spin and then throwing it right back to your normal hand. So it's a lot of fun, and it's a trick that a lot of your friends might not have, but I highly recommend you guys doing it. Once you learn it, you guys can do bar spin rewind, bar spin rewind tail whip, whip bar rewind. The combos are absolutely endless. It's a ton of fun to honestly have this trick in your bag. Alrighty, so now we've talked about how to do the trick, let's talk about where to do the trick. When it comes to learning this guy, I would just recommend a bank or a quarter pipe that you would normally do any fly out trick out of. Like I said, you don't need too much more air than you would normally need for a bar spin. That's gonna honestly probably learn this trick flat if you really want, but just find whatever ramp you guys feel comfortable airing out of, and pretty much just start practicing the motion and you guys should be able to get it. Alrighty, so now that we know how to do the trick and where to do the trick, I called in a bar spin rewind expert, my good friend Mia, to show you guys a few.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's good? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's get it.
There you go.
Thank you.